Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy TK Goldie here. Welcome back to another video. Today we about to react to my boy Jeremy High Roller Man in this video called "The NBA Needs to Fix This Problem." See, I ain't gonna say a lot, man. There's a lot of things that I do think the NBA needs to fix, man. Especially these fouls, like, bro. I seen SJ be getting fouls, like. He just be shooting the ball and nobody's close to him. He be getting a foul called on him, man. Obviously, people are going to hate him if he's getting away with these foul calls, man. You got to do something, man. You have to do something, man. But I ain't trying to waste too much of your time. But before we head into the video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below your favorite part of the video. And let's go ahead and hop into it, man. I ain't trying to waste too much of your time. Oh yeah, before I fully get into this video, if you guys hear like an alarm in the background, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but if you guys hear like an alarm or whatever going off in the background, I can't do nothing about it, man. I'm hearing it right now. It's just like, just in case if you guys hear it, man, I'm sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do, man.
Like, we're out there competing, but beef.
Kevin Love, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe.
The NBA season is in full swing, and it's about that time. We've got a new batch of hot takes to look at today. The good ones, the bad ones, and the downright atrocious.
All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's
Today's
going
video
on
is
with
sponsored
Stephen
by
A.
Factor 75. Factor is
Alright,
a
let's
cool
wait.
fresh
You see
mint
the
and
ads. You see the
and
ads.
Philip
You see the
That's
ads.
Oh my cheese.
Bro.
It's the new OM cheeseburger from Applebee's.
How am I gonna
Our
skip an
juicy
ad
bacon
to
cheeseburger
another
served on a
ad?
skillet of cheesy deliciousness.
YouTube.
Too much cheese, never.
Come on, man.
Applebee's new OM cheeseburger for $11.99. Also on our 2 for $25 menu.
I'm not really a cupcake, but I am super baked, thanks to Mood Canopy.
Mood is third-party tested.
And dive into some of the hottest NBA takes the internet has to offer. Beginning with this one that says the 2017...
Wait, forget the 2017 Warriors. The Cavs team that lost to them are sweeping OKC and it's not even close. Okay.
Cavaliers beat this year's Thunder. And this take just falls under the umbrella of X team from the past beats this year's Thunder, which is also just a subcategory of X player from the past is better than current SGA. The worst discourse in all of basketball at the moment. First it was the Thunder aren't as good as the 2017 Warriors, then it was they aren't better than the 2015 Warriors, and now they aren't better than the 2017 Cavaliers. I saw someone say,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. They aren't better than the 2017 Warriors. Let's keep that straight. What are we talking about?
the Thunder wouldn't even beat the 2013 Pacers.
Okay, they got it. Yeah, they
Can
got
we
it.
just
They
give
could
it a
probably beat the
rest?
Cavs.
I knew one day fans of 2010s basketball
We have
would
to wait. Like for that specific thing though, we have to wait and see how well they do in the playoffs. I honestly don't think they're gonna win a championship. I see some other teams winning, especially when OKC can't even beat Spurs. It's like after I see these dudes like lose 4 straight games against these guys, man, it's like I don't think they can win a championship if they go against these guys. I'll be completely honest with you, bro. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They are not better than the 2017 Warriors, bro. That's the greatest team assembled. Bro, nah.
eventually become
Let's
the
be
umps
for
that
real.
downplay the pedigree of future players and teams, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. We are now the 90s old heads we used to despise. How quickly we went from the Thunder are too inexperienced, to the regular season doesn't matter if you can't get it done in the playoffs, to, well, they won, but they barely squeaked it out over a mid-Pacers team. What exactly do the Thunder have to do to be taken?
But they did win without Tyrese, though. I'll be completely honest with you, bro. I was hoping for the Pacers to win, man, because I like OKC. Y'all should know this about me, bro. I don't mess with OKC. I hate OKC, man. I've been hating OKC for all my life, man. I hate them. Man, I don't like OKC, bro. And it just got worse when he added SGA and he's foul baiting, bro. it just don't make no sense, bro. He's worse than Prime Harden, bro. He's worse than Prime Harden when it comes to these fouls, bro. Man, bro. And it's like the OKC team be getting away with some stuff that if another team would do it, they wouldn't get away with. But obviously there's stuff in games that like everybody gets away with. But like OKC, bro, it's too much, man. It's too much. But I understand what he's saying though. But like they went against a team without their best player, and it went to a game 7. So like it went to a game 7 because of Tyrese. But I still believe if Tyrese didn't get hurt, they would have won. You see how many points he scored before he got hurt. I would keep that straight, man. They ain't winning this year.
Not only are they a great team, they do all the things we want great teams to do. They're homegrown, they play awesome defense, they're tough and physical, team-oriented ball, they don't rely on threes, they're deep, well-coached, composed. What other tests do they need to pass? I don't know who would win a matchup between the 2017 Cavs and this year's Thunder. That Cavs team was really good, and they did win one game in the finals against the greatest.
The only thing I have to say, they had LeBron. They had LeBron. All right, let's stop this.
Team of all time. But I do know that the Thunder have one of, if not the best defense in NBA history. They're 10 players deep, they have the reigning MVP, and they won an NBA championship. To say the 2017 Cavaliers would give the best team in the league today belt to ass is also saying
BTA is kind of crazy.
Cavaliers
BTA is
are
kind of
far
crazy.
better than any team in the NBA today. And I just don't buy that. I remember at the time how people felt about that Cavs team, how they had many flaws, had an easy run to the finals, and were carried by LeBron. And as much as I wish it were true, prime LeBron does not conquer all. We have plenty of evidence for this. But this is just the way things go. People fall in love with a certain era, usually the one they grew up with, then in an attempt to preserve those memories, either completely rewrite or exaggerate what happened and tear down the new guys in the process. Do you know how many James Harden apologists have surfaced recently, praising his prime years and how unstoppable he was? And I agree, but these are the same people that hated his game when it was happening, called him an unethical, foul-baiting playoff choker. The only difference between being hated and being loved is time. At the time, you know what people said when the 73-win Warriors lost the championship in 2016? That they were frauds. It ain't worth a thing if it don't got that ring. As if because they lost in the finals, everything they did that season was in vain. Fast forward 10 years, and people are now using the 2016 Warriors as the gold standard of excellence. But the Thunder have it even worse. Not only did they win a championship, they've come into this season with one of the most dominant stretches in NBA history, and they are still being discredited in the most creative, disingenuous ways imaginable. And in 10 years, I cannot wait.
But hey, this is just how it is in general. People don't like a winning team, bro. People hated the Golden State Warriors because they kept winning. People don't like it when the same people keep winning over and over again. They like it when it's just, bro, like if you, this applies to anything, not just NBA, bro. People hate to see you win, bro. People will always try to look down on you in any way possible. Any way possible, bro. Like you could have, it's so bad that you could have did something 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and then 10 years ago, like, you know, you're a completely different person. You're not the same way you used to be. They will go back and look back at the exact moment. Bro, it's crazy how bad it is, bro.
People say how incredible and historic and great the 2025 Thunder were, despite saying none of those things right now. We must refrain from becoming
any
the
sort
thing
of success when it's not
and
them.
give credit where credit is due. I do not like the Thunder's antics just as much as the next guy, but it is okay to admit that they are a great team.
Perfect example. Well, not perfect example, but it's a good example. The Castanet, bro. You know how he had like, you know, he ain't streaming right now because like his mental health or whatever. People are saying, how can you have like mental problems and like you rich? Like, gang, you have to realize money isn't everything, bro. Money isn't everything. People are like, if I had that type of money, I'd be doing it. No, you wouldn't, nigga. No, you wouldn't, bro. No, you wouldn't. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. I'm like, you probably could be doing something else, but I'm guaranteeing you, with all that money, you're gonna do it so many times. It's like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make sense. It
Could
just don't
probably
make
go
sense.
toe to toe
bro.
with just about any team in NBA history. Now, our next take says James Harden is more influential than Steph Curry.
Okay,
and
bro.
as blasphemous
Okay.
as this may sound, there is some truth here. Steph may have single-handedly changed the course of NBA history more than any other player. On a macro scale, Curry caused a shift in the entire timeline of basketball. But on a micro scale, when you look around the league and the archetype of players we see today, you're more likely to see influences of James Harden, for better or for worse. The step backs, the physicality, the crafty downhill scoring, the ball-dominant combo guards, the ways in which players get
Okay,
their
I can see
points,
it.
the
This
foul
is
baiting.
debatable.
In a perfect world, everyone would
debatable.
emulate what Steph does. But it's not a perfect world, and there's no one else on the planet who can do what Steph does. Harden's game, on the other hand, is replicable for a lot of players, and it's effective enough to convert those players into Harden's successors. And this is probably where the natural course of the game was going to inevitably lead, but it was Harden who really perfected this ISO-heavy, change-of-pace, triple-threat style of play that we see littered throughout the NBA today. In fact, it's such a popular style that it has become essentially the default for most elite guards. Even from a historical perspective, Harden is one of a handful of players that changed the actual
Yeah,
rules
the
of the
Harden
game
rule.
and
Yeah, the
continues
Harden
to
rule.
have his tactics used by the
Bruh.
league's best players. But Steph Curry is a singularity. He didn't just change the way players play the game, he changed the game itself. Not just with his three-point shooting, but with his emphasis on off-ball movement, his gravity from 35 feet out, and his demonstration as a smaller guard being the best player on a championship-winning team. And his influence will be felt long after he retires.
Yeah, definitely. Cause I don't know, man.
I want to challenge you to create a $8,888 a month online business.
James Harden did change the game, but Steph Curry may be the biggest game changer in basketball history. Now, this next take comes from Nick Wright, and it's an approach on the GOAT debate that I've never heard of before.
So I have a theory. If Jordan never existed and the universally accepted greatest player of all time was Kareem, because that's who it would have been, a guy like Tim Duncan would be in the GOAT debate. What people turned the GOAT debate into was not who's the greatest player ever, it's who reminds me of Michael Jordan the most, which is why Kobe is probably a touch historically overrated, because he is the most similar to Michael Jordan.
Right.
But because Mike was considered the GOAT, people elevated Kobe past a guy like Tim Duncan, who was just objectively better than him. Instead of the question being who's the greatest basketball player of all time, people asked that question, but what they were really asking is who's the most similar to Michael Jordan, and those are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Nick is 100% right here. Michael Jordan was such
Yeah.
an overwhelmingly dominant and
Yeah.
popular player that once it was established that he was the GOAT, the goalpost shifted to who is the closest thing to Jordan competition. Even things like what the greatest player should look like or what
Yeah,
the
because
role on the court.
anytime you bring up the good debate, Michael Jordan's always there. Like, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Changed because of Jordan. MJ was many things, but first and foremost, he was a scorer. And so scoring became the overwhelmingly largest indicator of greatness. How a player moves, Jordan was graceful and explosive, and so the next guy must also move like a cat and jump out of the gym. It wasn't who's the next great player, it was literally who's the next Michael Jordan. And of course, that player was Kobe Bryant. Many fans will even use the logic
Yeah.
of if MJ's the GOAT and Kobe's the closest thing to MJ, then he must be the second greatest player of all time. And although I have Kobe higher all time than a lot of fans, I do think this approach has plagued and hurt these conversations for decades now.
Yeah, it definitely has. It definitely has. But you have to understand, some people try to use other people's logic. People say that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. I ain't gonna lie, I say that same thing too. But okay, I'm not gonna get into the Michael Jordan LeBron debate, okay? But I'm gonna get into this debate right now about Kobe since Kobe is the closest thing to Michael Jordan, he should be the next GOAT, which I understandably makes sense, especially when you use other people's logic into it. People saying that like Jordan is this, Jordan is that, Jordan is that. But Kobe's that too. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where that logic comes from. But you have to understand, bro. Like, you have to understand that's not everything, bro. But when you have to compare, like, who's the next Michael Jordan, is obviously Kobe.
Despite Tim
It's the same
Duncan's
play style.
incredible impact throughout his career, the fact that he looked, acted, and played nothing like MJ certainly did not help his GOAT case. I think we're seeing this same issue with Nikola Jokic right now. Because his game isn't super flashy, he doesn't play above the rim, and he doesn't look like an ultra-elite, world-breaking basketball player, some fans just dismiss the fact that he is one of the
Dang,
greatest
that's a
players
good
the game
ass
has ever seen.
pass.
When Jordan retired, he wasn't just the GOAT, he was the blueprint. And if you weren't built from the same design, you were inherently penalized for it. However, as time goes along and the average basketball fan becomes removed from the days of MJ's cultural gravity, I do think we are moving away from this way of thinking. Impact and greatness comes in many different shapes and forms. And although Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, you don't have to resemble him or his game to be in that conversation. This is a great take. Now, our last take
that's
comes
actually
from
pretty
a
good take.
disgruntled
Honestly,
NBA
I understand
viewer
what
who
he's
says
saying.
late game fouling has ruined the end of games. And
If I was Addison, I would remove the fouling while up 3. Late game fouling is ruining the end of games. It's unwatchable. What? Bro, you get... What?
I could not agree more. Watching the end of tight games these days is a special kind of torture. They say time travel isn't possible, but NBA teams manage to turn 30 seconds into
See, I haven't been watching NBA games recently.
20 freaking minutes. And the worst part is, the only time this strategy is used is during good, close games, absolutely butchering all the excitement of the moment. In the OKC Spurs matchup a couple weeks ago, the last 10 seconds of game time lasted nearly 12 minutes. This was a great game for 46 minutes with what could have been an exciting ending, pissed away with timeouts, commercial breaks, and free throws. And right when you think the bid is up and teams are gonna stop intentionally fouling each other and let the clock run out, they inexplicably foul again, and now you're stuck watching another Wingstop ad. Look at the play-by-play of the final 25 seconds of this game.
Okay. This is a hard one. This is a hard one mainly because it depends on how up the team is. 3 points? No. Let's be completely honest with you, bro. If I hit a 3 and we're down 3 points, I'm going to want to foul, because if we foul the right person and he misses those shots, we can just come back up and just score another 3 and it's tight game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it really just depends on the seconds and how far the lead is, man. Cause like, I don't know. It honestly depends, man. It honestly depends. It honestly depends. But when it's such a close game, it's like we want to win. Like, if it's like a 5-4 point lead, bro, we could still win. But I understand what he's saying. I understand what they're saying.
What have they done to the game I love? 20 fouls, 24 subs, and not a single lead change to show for it. Intentionally fouling late in games has always been a thing, but it wasn't until fairly recently when teams started regularly fouling while up 3, attempting to preserve their lead. So now instead of one team fouling and the other team trying to avoid
it's both teams fouling? Oh, I haven't been watching the NBA much, so at least recently, just because I haven't had the time to. Man, plus with all these subscriptions and stuff for how to watch NBA games, it's hard to watch any NBA game, man. You gotta have like 3-4 subscriptions just to watch a game, man.
by playing sound, disciplined defense, both teams are out there just chasing each other around getting fouls. Now, this shouldn't be a hot take, at least I don't think it should, but there are still a lot of fans who believe this is a legitimate strategy that shouldn't take a backseat to our viewing experience. That the priority of these teams is to win, not consider how entertaining it is for those watching. And this is a legitimate strategy, and I do agree to an extent. But that extent came and went along.
Yeah, I was about to say, the fouling problem, yeah. It's to an extent, bro. It's to an extent. See, if it's just one team fouling, that would kind of make sense. But if it's both teams fouling, that's kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Second of all, it's like, man, why you bro, I don't know.
Time ago. Winning
I don't
has
understand.
always been a priority in the NBA, and that has never stopped the end of games from being entertaining before. A lot of people don't think this is a problem that needs to be fixed. But if we were trying to fix this issue, some plausible solutions may be once the clock reaches a certain point, say 1 minute left, the team
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, like 1 minute.
getting fouled gets 1 free throw and possession. Another suggestion some fans have made is 3 free throws on any intentional fouls committed beyond the 3-point line within the final minute of game time. But virtually every possible solution offered up inherently penalizes the team with the lead, so it doesn't look like this strategy will be going anywhere anytime soon. You don't see this tactic play out in every close game, but when you do, get comfortable, buddy, because you're about to witness a 30-minute ad break with some occasional free throws. This is a great take. But let me know what you think. Share your
It's an okay take. Up 3, it's like, it just depends. It depends on how late the game is and how up we are. So it's like, yes, put a rule in for it, but at the same time, bro, don't go overboard. Don't go
hot takes in the
overboard.
comments below. And as always, the hotter, the better.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video right there, man. This is a pretty good video, man. This is a pretty good video, man. Like, that last take, like, honestly, like, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because that's very debatable, you know? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think about, like, that foul thing. Because, like, I don't know what to say about it, but, like, honestly, I feel like there should be some sort of rule around it. But, yeah, to make it at least somewhat entertaining, man. But, like, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next video. Peace.